Ty might be racing. He usually has started it by now. Unless it is up. No, it's not. He's in the main chat. He might be racing. Like after the Arca race or something, or after these are over. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, thanks.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Ready? Green flag, green flag. Right side. Clear left. Clear left. All clear. White flag is in the air. Left side's clear. Well, that's okay. We'll get him next time here.
Hello. Alright. Just a sec. Made the party a little late. I honestly thought you'd be racing. Are you showing off? Oh, never mind. There you are. If you haven't heard, Oof will not be racing. He has a second-degree burn on his hand.
I saw the photos and I
Yeah.
wished him all the best. Yeah, he won't be here, and neither will Flash 9. I
Yeah.
hope Oof heals up fast.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He asked me if to tell you he wanted last place points if possible.
He'll be getting them. Yeah, Beam
Okay.
also can't make the final two races of the night. He's getting them, and CWI in the 95, he's getting them.
All right. Per Hugh gets the host if you're curious.
Oh no.
Is that bad?
Barry, he's in Spain.
Oh,
The Frenchman's on the pole.
cool.
Yeah,
I bet he can get himself another win.
that would be cool. I wouldn't mind that at all. And with Flash not here and Oof not here, it's just two less road course ringers that he's got to deal with because they're both solid on there.
Yeah, me and Oof practiced a little earlier. He tried doing it with one hand and he couldn't.
Yeah, that's always tough.
Yeah.
All right, I'm assuming I can come in now.
Yeah, we're in the loading screen.
No problem. Thanks, buddy. As you can see, it's only 25 laps. Road America goes by quick because of that. You break it up with stages, and it's over
Yeah,
before you know it.
Stage 1 is 5 laps and stage 2 is 4. Not sure about the last one.
Ah, okay. Thank you. You did some recon, huh?
Yeah.
Beauty.
All right, now, be smart out there. Going green. Be ready. Ready. Green, green, green. Left side.
And what's your fuel like?
9 laps.
Is it? So everyone's got to like save a half a lap probably, which everyone will do as they naturally drive and battle and lift for each other.
I hope you don't free score.
Clear
On
all
my
around
way
there. Left side.
in. Surprised Hollywood didn't jump in our track.
Right side. Right side. Careful, still there.
46 off the grass.
Kind of a good thing maybe Hollywood's not
Still
here.
there?
There's no echo on the screen that way.
Left side.
Is it noticeable?
When I watch the races back, you can hear the echo after I'm done speaking. So you hear like the last one or two words that I say in the echo. The louder I talk, the less you can hear the echo, but then you hear it louder when I'm done talking because I talk louder, you know what I mean? So it's a catch-22. Whatever, he turned down something once. I don't know if it was his headset or his TV volume. He did something once and it made it way better, and then, I don't know, 2 weeks went by and then it's back higher now. We'll figure it out, but there was something he did that did help. I'm typing in the info.
Careful, still there.
Here we go. Welcome all sim racing race fans. Welcome to round 20 of the 2022 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series season, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 5. We've got a doozy for you. Rights and lefts galore. The longest circuit on the Platinum Cup Series schedule, the longest road course in distance that NASCAR Heat 5 offers. We're here for the Road America 218 drivers are rocking and rolling for a 25-lap event. And it's a long, tricky, challenging course. Not too much in the way of elevation changes, just blind turns and a little bit of everything. Right now, your current race leader, the pole sitter, also your Daytona 500 winner, SKP, the driver out of France. 4 different countries represented in today's race with an 18-car field, and it's Beam leading the way so far. Alex Testall, our in-race reporter, driving the number 17 Ford Mustang up there in the top 10. Not necessarily known for your road course abilities, but you often do get a strong points result at the end of the day, and it's because you told me this a few times. You just kind of keep calm and let others make mistakes while you drive on by. How's the car feel so far, buddy?
Car's a bit on the loose side, but it's manageable, and yeah, not one of my stronger tracks either, so I'm not sure what to do in terms of adjustments.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. If the oil temp is not hitting 250 or anywhere near, you can always add a piece of grill tape. Good luck the rest of the way.
Alright, thanks.
And battle for position here. They really haven't stopped. It's Aaron Garcia in the 24, your points leader. Charles Jackson in the 1 car, and now Charles, I believe, might have actually just got a little bit loose down there in the grass over there in turn 2. He gathered it back up, but he gave up in position to Trenton Prince in the 20. Trenton Prince in that yellow and black Toyota Ford UCJ Motorsports. Of course, he is a 2-time NOSSCAR World Champion from Gran Turismo Sport. Also this year's NOSSCAR Super GT Series champion in the prototype machine. And there you see him. He's a master of the road courses, not only on Gran Turismo, but he's proven it to be true here as well on the NASCAR Heat 5 platform. Clean pass on Charles Jackson, capitalizing on a mistake by him. Your top 5, Team SKP. The 24 of Aaron Garcia, the 20 of Trenton Prince, the 1 of Charles Jackson, and the 88 of Landon Jenkins. Landon recently signing a deal to run with IMAC Motorsports for the 2023 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series full-time in the Xfinity cars, and has himself up in the 10th place position in the point standings here after 19 events completed in the 2022 Platinum Cup season. On a roll. Look for that Rookie of the Year award. There's Trey Hollywood in the 48. Just gone around Alex Testall in the 17.
Correction, I've been chasing him since it starts.
Been a good battle for position there between you two. There's a few good ones on the racetrack, not too far behind Alex Testall. We saw Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18. He's closing in. He started at the very tail of the field in 18th place, did not make a qualifying lap, came late, and he's already charging up there towards the front, picking them off one at a time. He's got Dustin Franklin in the black number 78 Toyota, the 6-7 car lengths behind him going down the front stretch now. And he started near the back as well. A little bit of damage to the front of Dustin's car. And the Canadian Emily Seri running up there in the top 15, but she's also got some front end damage that she's going to need to take the time to repair at the end of stage 1. Throwing it down to Alex Testall. Alex, you told us before the broadcast began, it's only a 25-lap event, and stage 1 is 5 laps in length. It's very short in distance, and a short bit of time to go out there and get track position. How many laps do we have to go now?
It's lap 4 out of 5, so when the leader hits the line, it's 1 to go.
Oh yeah, see, they click off quickly here despite the long distance at Road America.
Left side.
Short event every year. These drivers don't have long to show off their road course racing abilities. And a shocking move here. And there must have been a mistake actually by the 2-time world champion Trenton Prince in that black and yellow Toyota. He's lost the position to Charles Jackson in the 1, but he's also lost the position to Landon Jenkins in the 88. So now Trenton falls back to 5th place. This puts Landon in the 88 up to 4th. Both of them finding the wall there coming out of that swinging right-hand turn. Josh Cole-Diaz in the 9 car is going to capitalize and take over P5. And that's not a mistake you often see Trenton Krentz or Landon Jenkins, for that matter, make on road courses. Josh off to a great start in the 9 machine. Haven't spoken too much about him so far. He is your 2021 NOSSCAR Legend Series champion, which is also in these Cup cars.
You got room.
With no stages and no playoff system. Final lap, folks. White flag has been shown, and it's been all Beam SKP since the drop of the green flag. He's on the pole for this one, qualified up front, and he stayed up there. He got clear of the traffic. Aaron Garcia in the 24 and Charles Jackson in the 1. They spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out who's going to run second here in this race, and that allowed Beam to drive away, but we also can't take away anything from the raw power and raw speed that Beam brings to the track every single week. He is this year's Daytona 500 winner. He's also got 2 career wins in the NOSSCAR Tailgate Truck Series. Both of them were last year, and he made a Final 4 appearance in that series. Also very talented on the Gran Turismo side of things as well. And you can tell these drivers are at the point in the run where these tires have fallen off quite a bit. Spoke to Alex before the race began, and these drivers are getting anywhere from about 5 to 6 laps on these tires and the fuel that they're given. A lot of tire fall off in this race, and we're at the point in the run now where they're starting to slip and slide a little bit. The tires have heated up and worn out, and you can see these cars getting a little bit snappy on the exit of these turns. For the most part, they're doing a great job holding on to it, especially the drivers up there in the top 6 or 7. They have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field just a little bit. And it's been a very impressive, strong start to the race here at Road America. Stage 1 is coming to a close. Out of the final turn and up the hill comes the driver out of France, this year's Daytona 500 winner, and Beam SKP crosses the line to take the green and white checkered flag, take a stage win here at Road America. Phenomenal drive for him. Aaron Garcia in the 24 is going to hang on to second. And Charles Jackson is going to take third. Landon Jenkins holds off Josh Cole-Diaz. They'll take home 4th and 5th. Trenton Krentz is going to take 6th. Ray Hollywood 7th. Dustin Franklin 8th. Alex Hesdaller in race reporter in 9th. And Jeffrey Robinson Jr. rounding out the top 10. He'll take that 10th and final stage point for stage 1 of Road America. And don't forget a photo of the top 10 in the stage if you don't mind, Alex, but don't forget to pit either.
And it looks like the only car off the lead lap would be Country Boy if he's still in the race. He's 3 down, so he might be out.
Yeah, I believe he is out. We should touch on that, actually. Thank you very much for reminding me. There was so much action going on and such a short stage in terms of distance. I wanted to document everything, but you're right. Dustin Hardy in the 96 car is off the racetrack and done for the day, and now here we go.
Right, be smart out there.
And green. I don't know if Bill Baldwin meant to do this or not, but he's out front, and no, he didn't. He pulled off to the side and lets the leaders go.
Careful.
And we are green for stage 2. That's a costly mistake by Bill Baldwin in the 22. He's a 3-time NOSSCAR champion from Gran Turismo Sport. And through 1 and 2 we go.
Left side's clear.
And because of all of that, Charles Jackson is actually going to break out and take the lead for the time being in the number 1 Chevy Camaro. He's got Landon Jenkins. Oh, you're right. And a big mistake there from the points leader, Aaron Garcia. He's got 4 wins this year, and now he's got a whole bunch of traffic that he's going to need to try to work his way by to get back the track position he just lost. It's all about set yourself up for the final stage here at Road America. You will need to pit once or twice in that final stage, and you don't want to be mid-pack when it starts if you're a driver like Aaron Garcia. Some of these drivers here trying to get seat time and just learn as they go. here hunting for wins. And big problems for Josh Colin-Diaz in the 9, and a big save for him. He nearly lost a couple more positions, but he only lost the 1. And while all of this is going on, the 88 of Landon Jenkins has made a pass on the 1 and has taken the race lead. But now Charles Jackson is coming back on the inside in this long swinging right-hander. The 4-lap stage here in stage 2, no pit stops again, but it's even more urgent for these drivers to get the track position that they can, because they've only got 4 laps to do it. They're coming around to complete the first lap, a couple more turns. It's Charles Jackson, Landon Jenkins, Josh Colby. Oh, and big problems there. Josh in the 9 got really loose, and that last right-hand turn came back across and made heavy contact with the pulsator Beam SKP. Luckily, both of them were able to hang on.
Right side.
Now Beam is all over the back bumper of Josh, looking for third. Beam, arguably the favorite to win today's race, and he's just got to work his way back towards the front and set himself up for the final stage. 3 to go in stage 2. A lot of track position gain for Alex Tesdall. He's up there running in 7th now. Right behind Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Great battles all over the racetrack. Dustin Franklin in the 78 is up to 8th. Trey Hollywood running in 9th. Highest Dustin Franklin has been running all race long as well. Part-time schedule for him. And as you can see in the very back of this picture, Aaron Garcia in the 24 is up back in the top 10 and in the 10th place position, trying to get back towards the front. Trey Hollywood, his teammate, you can see did a very gentleman thing there and lifted a lot to let him go. Dustin Franklin got a little bit out of shape and found the wall as they were entering the hill at the bottom. Excuse me, the left-hand turn at the bottom of the hill, I should say. Minor details. He soldiers on. Alex Tesdall is going to try to hold him off. Minor contact between those two. Nobody goes into the grass, thankfully. Good action here. Inside the top 10, 18 cars started the race, and I mentioned earlier, folks, a 25-lapper. It's a shorty. These drivers' level of urgency has been there since the drop of the green flag, and it's only ramping up as we soldier on.
Still there.
Charles Jackson up front. Landon Jenkins runs in 2nd, and now we see the pulsator Beam SKP has worked his way back into 3rd. Drivers from 4 different countries represented in today's field. Pablo Hugo in the 46 running in the 13th place position, and Emily Seri out of Canada running in 15th.
All right, you're clear there.
This is what the battle for the lead looks like. Charles just trying to hold on for another 2 laps, I believe, as he comes up the hill and towards the start-finish line. Alex will be able to help me with this. I believe it's 2 remaining.
Yeah, we're coming to 2 to go.
Perfect. Thank you a bunch. Still Charles Jackson showing the way with Landon Jenkins running in 2nd, and the battle has simmered down a little bit for 3rd. Beam SKP walking away just a little bit with that. And haven't talked too much about the Air Force Motorsports driver, Harold Bird, who just signed a deal to come back full-time for 2023 Motormaster season in the 39 Chevy. Found victory lane 2 different times last season. Made it all the way to the round of 8. And a pretty good start here so far for him at Road America, running in P11. On a mark on that car. Not really being pounded by anybody behind him either, whereas here is the most fierce battle on the racetrack for position. It's Dustin Franklin in the 78, 24, Aaron Garcia, Alex Tesdall in the 17, just behind him is Trey Hollywood in the 48. Trey just went off track a little bit, and a great job to keep it pointed in the right direction by him. Slowly but surely, Aaron Garcia is working his way back towards the front. Qualified 2nd for this race, finished 2nd in stage 1. Comes in as the points leader with 4 wins.
Right side, Clear right. Left side. Clear left.
And there's been some sort of problem for your pole sitter beam SKP. I'm not sure exactly what it was. He might have even come to pit road. I'm not too sure. He's a significant distance behind your race leader now, Charles Jackson. So I'm still trying to figure this out. We're on the final lap now. The white flag has been shown. The battle for the lead is on your screen. It's Charles Jackson in the 1, Landon Jenkins in the 88, and just behind Landon is Trenton Krentz in the 20. The battle for 4th is on between Josh Colm-Diaz, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., and Aaron Garcia here in the 24. Justin Franklin running in 7th.
All right, you're clear.
The entire running order up here in the top 10 has changed, and I gotta wonder if Beam came to pit road so that way he can potentially stay out at the end of the final stage and get that track position back. We'll have to see.
That'd be an interesting strategy.
It would. See, I'm not sure if it would benefit him or not, because 2 laps here on these tires is quite a long time. He would have quite a disadvantage when it comes to grip and speed for the final stage. Track position, yes, but you gotta wonder if he'd be able to hang on to it.
Careful, still there.
Well, while all of the action is unfolding deeper in the field, the best battles for position are all for about 5th, 6th on back, and Charles Jackson has nothing to fear, nothing out front of the windshield, nothing in the rear view mirror, just clean track in front of him, clean air, and only a handful of corners to go before he comes around to claim another stage win here in NOSSCAR. It didn't take him long to become a Triple Crown winner, holding wins in Platinum Cup, Motormaster, and Truck. Couple more turns for him to go. Landon Jenkins is still trying to hang on to 2nd. Trenton Krentz running in 3rd, the 2-time world champion. Side by side here, teammates Josh Colm-Diaz and Aaron Garcia, while Jeffrey Robinson Jr. was going through the grass. I don't know what caused that, but up the hill for the final time. The green and white checkered flag is in the air. Stage 2 is in the history books, and you can give it to Charles Jackson for Brett Baker Racing. Landon Jenkins finishes in 2nd. Trenton Krentz in 3rd. Josh Colm-Diaz 4th. Aaron Garcia in 5th. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in 6th. Trey Hollywood in 7th. Dustin Franklin in 8th. Alex Tesdall in 9th. And who rounds out the top 10, Alex?
The 16 car.
Harold Burden. Thank you a bunch. Don't forget a photo of Stage 2's top 10, and don't forget to pit either. And what are your thoughts on the race so far? We've seen who the main players are. We've also seen a great burst of speed from drivers that are still inside the top 10, and I really think if there was just simply less cars on the track, they'd be up there running with the Aaron Garcias and the Beam SKPs and the Charles Jacksons. What do you think?
I don't know. It's kind of unpredictable. Like, obviously, like, the 1 car and the 24 and the 14 are all really fast, but we've also seen the 20 show some pace, and who knows, maybe an underdog could steal it if they have problems.
They very well could. And now, man,
right,
here we go.
Going green. Be ready.
The big restart for the final stage. Beam did the strategy. Let's see if it works out for him. The green flag is back out.
Stay to your left.
Final stage time. And I believe it's only 13 to go.
12.
We see a car.
Clear to the right.
12 to
Right
go,
side.
thank you, Alex. We saw 2 cars get off into the grass. It looked like it was Emily Sari.
Left side.
I didn't see who the other one was. He still got the lead. Keep in mind, he got the lead by doing a strategy by pitting before the 2 laps to go signal in stage 2. He's got 2 lap older tires than Charles in the 1. We'll see if he can make it happen. The Daytona 500 winner this year. He's got a whole bunch of top 5 and top 10 finishes since then, but no wins since then. He would love to change that here in the 20th round of the season. And now Charles getting closer in a couple of different corners where it really does matter about fresh tires, but then in corners where it simply doesn't, Beam pulls back out in front. There's a reason why Beam won the pole. He is super good on the road courses and at Road America. behind them, it's getting wild. Aaron Garcia in the 24 has worked his way back to third. Trenton Prince in the 20 runs in fourth, and it's side-by-side between Timac teammates for fifth and sixth. Landon Jenkins, Josh Colombiez, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18 as a front row seat. Ray Hollywood in the 48 up into the top 10 as well. Big problems for Josh Colombiez. Into the wall after the swinging right-hand turn. We saw a couple of cars do that earlier, and this time it's the 2021 Legend Series champion. Here comes Pablo Hugo in the Cole Trickle-looking Days of Thunder car. Pablo, the driver out of Spain, he blew that corner a little bit, and now he's going to have to try it all over again. Earl Burden up to 11. Sean Lucas in the 21 up into 12th, and there is so much action on the racetrack, it's tough to call. Still out front, Team SKP, 11 laps to go in the Road America 200. And we do expect either one or two pit stops before the end of this one.
It's going to be a one-stop.
Right side.
Oh, okay. And now Charles found the sand trap just a little bit with the left sides, maybe even only the left front. He keeps it going. All that really does is slow the car down just for a little bit, and he's beginning to lose beam. Beam's pulling away on number 14 Steel Horse Motorsports Ford. Next, the Brett Baker Racing entry of Charles Jackson in second. The Timac Motorsports Chevy of Aaron Garcia in third. And they have been the strongest three cars all race long. Trenton Krentz in the 20 and Landon Jenkins in the 88. Dustin Franklin in the 78. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18. Alex Tesdall in the 17. We've seen flashes of brilliance from drivers like them. And they're not far behind the top three. There's Trenton in fourth. We should give a call to Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18. Started at the very back of the field. 18 cars started today's event. And there's Jeffrey running in sixth. He was just in fifth a moment ago, but he gave it up to Landon Jenkins in the 88. And if he continued to soldier on, he knows a little bit of distance left in this one. Alex Tesdall runs in seventh in the 17 car. Been strong all race long in the top 10. Trey Hollywood runs in eighth. Josh Colombiez in the 9 trying to recover from his off-track excursion just a moment ago. He runs in the 9th position, and Dustin Franklin in the 78 rounds out the top 10. Harold Burden in 11. Sean Lucas in 12. A great battle. And great battles everywhere, really, but a great battle for the lead as well. We're watching two masters on the road here. More than two, but we're watching these two in our picture battle it out for the lead. Every now and then Charles draws closer, but then he wiggles in a few corners and gives it up. And Beam, smooth and consistent, mistake-free, trying to keep a safe gap in between himself and the number 1 Chevy Camaro. And the battle for 11th simmered down just a little bit. And we can see he's already gone on by. There's Sean Lucas in the 21, passing Harold Burden in the 16. Two long-time NOSSCAR drivers. Both of them started with us back on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. Both of them hold wins with us on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. And Harold in the 16 has also found victory lane a couple of different times and in a couple of different series with us on Heat Games. Lucas looking for that very first one on a heat game platform, and don't think it's going to come today at Road America, but he's got a strong feeling for Kentucky later tonight. Annalise Airy, the Canadian entrant, he's been running top 15 for most of this one. Oh, and she actually was able to dodge a car that was spun just a moment ago, and that was the 22 of Bill Baldwin. He's back rolling again. Still learning the NASCAR Heat 5 game. He's a 3-time NASCAR champion on Gran Turismo Sport. Hard to catch and hard to beat. You barely ever see the back bumper of his car in the races on Gran Turismo Sport. Now, with the damage on the nose of that Ford, and with the worn tires that he has by now 3 or 4 laps deep into this final stage, he's struggling with the handling exiting these turns. He's a quick learner, though, and we have high hopes for him. And it's on. The battle for the lead, folks. Charles Jackson taking a look on the outside as they go into turn one. No contact made between the two, but Beam with the preferred groove was able to hold on for another set of corners. He is still your leader in the Road America 200. Aaron in 24 finding the grass in a few different places over there in turns 2 and 3, but still rolling. Might have even helped them, I'm not sure.
Stay right.
18 cars started the race, 4 different nations, 4 different countries represented. And it's the driver out of France, our Daytona 500 winner, Beam SKP, showing the way. Charles Jackson in the 1. Right in his tire tracks with 2 lap pressure tires. So what we're seeing at a Beam is quite impressive, if you ask me. Alex, the tire fall off is pretty significant today at Road America. Quite impressive what we're seeing at a Beam.
Yeah. I thought he'd fall back to at least 3rd or 4th.
And now pit stops beginning. The 2-time world champion from Gran Turismo Sport, Trenton Prince, in the 20 for Juicy J Motorsports is on pit road. And this is a scheduled stop, but I actually think that many of the others stayed out an extra lap. Is it possible he's going to need to do 2 stops, Alex?
Unless you pit before like 9 or 8 to go, it should be good.
Okay.
Like, don't pit too early. Like, we should be in the window now. It's
Okay.
close, but yeah.
Just checking in. That's why we have you as an in-race reporter, and there's been a lead change. We missed it. We were covering pit stops, and Charles Jackson in the 1 has taken the top spot from Beam. It's not over yet. Beam's right behind him as they're going down the front straightaway, and he's getting right close with him with the draft. Yeah, it's not over yet at all. Charles takes the lead. Beam right behind him in 2nd. Aaron Garcia is in 3rd. All of these drivers are going to need to come to pit road at some point in this final stage. And now, as Alex has mentioned, the window is open now where if they pit, they can make it the rest of the way.
You'd have to run out an entire tank of gas, though, which could make it close for tires.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking about earlier. Like, fuel might be fine. Tires, it's tire wear is something here today. And I think that is the only reason why Beam is having such a tough time with Charles and trying to keep the lead. Many people were pointing at Beam to be the favorite to win today's event at Road America, since the likes of Jesse Carlson and Matt Smith could not be here. About 9 or 10 road course ringers in NOSSCAR in the Platinum Cup Series anyways, and two or three of them were not able to attend tonight. It really opened the door for some of the drivers that are running up front all the time on these road courses to maybe capitalize and park in a victory lane, having 1 or 2 or 3 less drivers, to deal with for those positions. Man, and both of them heavy on the brakes going into that right-hand turn at the end of the last straightaway on the circuit. Beam, it looked like, was going to get alongside him, but then Charles drove it in just as deep. And these drivers are using up these tires, battling for the lead. And it's allowed the 24 of Aaron Garcia, your points leader, to close in. And it's become a 3-car battle for the race lead. And now with, I believe, 8 to go, I wonder when these drivers are coming to pit road. And guys, Trenton Prince is done. He's done for the day, it appears. He's off the racetrack, parked in his pit stall, motionless. And one of our favorites to win today's event at Road America is completely done for the day. Got some damage to the nose, but we'll see what happened to him. And wow, Charles Jackson, Beam SKP, and Aaron Garcia are running up in the top 3. Landon Jenkins in the 88 scored in 4th, with Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18 car running in 5th, and that is very impressive. He started at the tail of the field in 18, and has driven his way all the way up inside the top 5 with under 10 laps to go at Road America. Former NOSSCAR champion on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. Man, this place never disappoints. Every time we come to Road America, this is exactly what we see. Battles for position all throughout the field. Different leaders, different drivers that clearly go up and establish themselves as one of the heavy favorites to park in a victory lane at the end of the day. And it always shuffles out with some strategy towards the end as well. It's the longest road course that NASCAR Heat 5 offers. Longest track on the Platinum Cup circuit, and we saw a moment ago in the corner of our screens, Beam in the 14 got a little bit out of shape in the second to last turn and gave up second place, but now he's going to give up the third place position and come to pit road for his very last pit stop of the race. This is all strategy, and now what Beam is hoping for is to utilize a lap or two on the pressure tires to maybe gain some ground and use the uppercut here, or the undercut rather, and take the lead from Charles Jackson in the 1.
Hey driver, you were too fast entering pit road. Gonna have to serve a penalty.
Charles has a win this season. He's got himself locked into the playoffs. All he needs to do is make sure that he participates in the minimum amount of races required in order for him to be eligible for the playoffs. Win or no win, you need to enter at least 18 regular season races in order to be playoff eligible. The rule is there to stop drivers from jumping in late into the season, snagging a win, whether it's fluke or based on raw talent, and then taking a playoff spot from somebody that's been there all season working hard for it. Charles is within striking distance of that, and his win and his couple of stage wins has really helped him with his playoff point total going into the round of 16. And now he's gonna put a lap on Rush Downing in the 34. Haven't spoken much about Rush in this race, and there you see him. Former NOSSCAR Outlaw Series race winner on the Wreck Fest game. Very fun game to host races on. And the three-time champion from Gran Turismo Sport, Bill Baldwin, with a problem again. This is over in the final couple of turns there. Gets it going again. Nobody was affected by the incident. And the laps are winding down. There is Beam in the 14. He's coming up on Pablo Hugo, the driver out of Spain. Again, folks, 4 different countries represented in the 18-car field here today for round 20 at Road America, and Beam completes the pass. Much pressure tires. Pablo has not made his final pit stop of the event just yet. And now here they come to pit road. It was 1 lap after Beam came to the pits, and Charles Jackson in the 1, Aaron Garcia in the 24 coming down for what is a scheduled pit stop and what will be their final pit stop of the event. Bill Baldwin in the 22 as well is on pit road to assess the damage that he just got over in the final couple of turns from that incident. They've got a fresh set of 4 Goodyear Eagles to get him the rest of the way home. And up the hill comes Beam, the pole sitter, the driver to France, and let's see where it shakes him out when it comes to the other top 2, and there they are. They're going to come out just in front of the 14, and they're going to have 1 lap fresher tires than the driver out of France. Charles Jackson in the 1, Aaron Garcia in the 24, Beam SKP in the 14. They will be your top 3 once the rest of the cycle of pit stops has been complete. Throw it over to Alex Tesdall, our in-race reporter, the driver of the number 17 Ford. We know pit road's been a busy place, but we just want to check in with you. Who do you have as the race leader at the moment?
The 1 car is currently out front.
Also, it has cycled through for the most part. Okay, gotcha. 10-4. Where are you running? How's the car feeling, buddy? It's got to be only 6 to go now, right?
It's 5 to go, and I'm running 11th.
Uh-oh.
10th.
Ah, there you go. See, it's still cycling through, and we'll see where you end up. Good luck the rest of the way, buddy.
Thanks.
Well, you heard it from Alex Tesdall, Triple Crown winner, folks. Both wins in Platinum Cup, Motormaster, and Trucks, running up there in the 10th place position. 5 laps remaining in round 20 of the 2022 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season here on NASCAR Heat 5. It's been a good one. It's been a doozy, and it always is when we come to Road America. It's a high-speed road course with a lot of high braking areas, which lead to a lot of dive bombs, a lot of passing, and a lot of moves made, and always a lot of action from first all the way back to the tail of the field. Coming around Charles Jackson here through the final couple of turns. Coming up the hill, and it will be 4 laps to go when he hits the line this time by. As you can see, Aaron in the 24 using every inch of the racetrack and then some. He found the grass coming out of the final turn that most recent time by. And he's got the pole sitter Beam SKP right behind him. Now, if you're Beam in the 14, you have no tire advantage anymore with 1 lap older tires, but you've got the skill to do it. And you're not racing against drivers that are slouches, but if they make a few mistakes per lap and you make none, and if you're Beam, I really do think that he can capitalize and maybe get the 24, but he's got to do it quick. If he's going to win this race, he needs to make relatively short work of Aaron. There's only 4 to go, about 3.5 now, and now he goes to the inside of Aaron Garcia. There was contact made. He's going to move the 24 out of the way. And that's maybe the most aggressive we've seen Beam ever in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series, but he knows he's got a hot rod here today. He knows that he's got a great chance of parking in a victory lane here at Road America. He won the pole, he won stage 1. And get back up there to Charles Jackson in the 1 car. When we saw them battling for the lead just a bit ago, Alex, it was a 2-lap advantage for the 1. Now it's only a 1-lap advantage, and with that little of a difference, it might not be too much for Beam to get up there and challenge for this win. Now he's being hounded by Aaron in the 24, who might not be happy with the way he was just passed, and could get interesting here between these two. Charles in the 1 might get held up by a lap car just in front of him. That's Emily Sari in the 11 machine. He clears her. Now Beam's going to need to do the same. In fact, actually, Beam got held up a little bit more out of that exchange between the 1 and the 14. 24 drove into the back of Beam just a little bit. Coming up the hill, we're going to have 3 to go at Road America. And the best battle on the racetrack towards the leader is the one for 2nd place between Beam and Aaron. There's Landon Jenkins in the 88 car. I didn't see exactly how he got all the front-end damage to that machine, but I do believe he's up there running in 4th. Harold Burden in the 16 car is running in 5th, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. running in 6th, just to give you a bit of an update on where some of your favorite drivers are running. And Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 car has come back to pit road for a second green flag pit stop in the final stage. It's a shame. It's going to cost him a few spots, and he's in 3rd in the point standing, so it's going to be a bit of a hit for him. Alex, what do you make of this?
He must have some heavy damage or something, because he shouldn't have to stop again.
Yeah, very interesting, and only 3 to go. You'd think he would have just tried to tough it out, and now is that a position for you right there?
Yes, it is.
Wow, I'm shocked. I don't know what's going on. Josh in the 9 is on pit road, and see if we can ask him after the race, maybe. I'm really not too sure what to make of that. Bill Baldwin is around over, that's just before the long swinging right-hand turn, about halfway around this road course. He's well off the track and out of the way. We're going to resume racing. So Charles Jackson, your leader. Beam SKP has driven away from Aaron and the 24. Don't know if they got to battling more for second place and maybe contact was made and that's how. But regardless, the 24 is not right with the 14 anymore. And when you don't have somebody pounding you for that position, it really allows you to focus out the windshield a lot more, and you can maybe try to run down the race leader. The problem for Beam is there's only 2 laps to go here at Road America.
How close is the battle up front right now?
It's fairly close when they're, but it looks not very close when they go down the long straightaways here. It opens up to about, I would say, 18, 15 car lengths, but then when they get back into the tight turns, they bunch up more, and Beam is right there beside them in the same frame at times. But yeah, Alex, when they get on the couple of long straightaways here that Road America offers, that's quite a gap that Beam's going to need to overcome here with 2 to go. It's going to take maybe a mistake or 2 by Charles Jackson to give this one away.
With this track size, if the 14 could put down a couple qualifying laps, it could be possible.
Yeah, you're right. Hit the nail right on the head. A road course like this one, there's really nothing out of the realm of possibility. Aaron as well. Aaron Garcia is not too far behind the 14 either, so it's really still anyone's race between the top 3, but it really does look like it's going to take a major mistake, some sort of problem for Charles Jackson in the 1 for him to lose this one. He's got this thing well in hand. He has a 1-lap advantage when it comes to tires over the 14. The same level of grip when it comes to the driver running in 3rd, but Aaron's a little too far back, and he also would need to pass the 14 in order to get up there and battle with the 1. Through the final couple of turns comes Charles Jackson in the 1 Chevy Camaro for Brett Baker Racing. It's going to be the longest lap of his NOSSCAR career, I'm sure. It's a long road course. Up the hill. They'll see the white flag this time at the starter stand. One more lap to do it here, and it would be his 2nd win of the season. And the tires might even be wearing off a little bit more for the 14 because the 24 is drawing a little bit closer for that 2nd place position. The good news for them, or the good news for Beam and the 24 of Aaron Garcia, who actually goes way wide and gives up any shot at finishing 2nd now. The leader is in a bit of traffic. He just cleared Rush Downing, but there's one more car I think he's going to catch before the end of this one. Now, keep in mind the car's going a lot down. They've been very nice to your race leaders all race long, so it's probably not going to change. In fact, they show extra care when there's only 1 lap to go and there's a battle for the win on the line. Now, Charles has made short work of the 2-lap machines. He's driven away. Beam is trying to work his way around the 34 car still. There you see this battle. He's going to do it here in the swinging right-hand turn. Aaron in the 24, not quite close enough to challenge for that runner-up position. It was a great effort by the pole sitter, the Daytona 500 winner, Beam SKP. 2 Truck Series wins. One of them was on a road course at the Indy Roval. He knows exactly how to get it done on these road courses, not only on the NASCAR Heat Games, but on Gran Turismo as well. The points leader, Aaron Garcia, is going to hang on for 3rd. A great drive for him to recover from 12th all the way back up to finish in 3rd. But this day is going to belong to Brett Baker Racing's Charles Jackson. 2nd win of the season for him here in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. It's going to be one of the heavyweights once the postseason begins, that's for sure. And Bean's going to finish in second. Aaron Garcia in the 24 is going to finish in third. Much further back you would have to go, and I believe it's Landon Jenkins in the 88 car that's going to claim the 4th place spot. 18 cars started from 4 different countries when it was all said and done. Charles Jackson's going to park in the victory lane. We'll hear from him shortly. And Alex, don't forget photos of the results of the entire 18 cars, if you don't mind. And while you're doing that, take us through your race and tell us how the car was feeling from a short run to a long run. It looked like as the run went along, these drivers were really starting to struggle for grip, and some of them even had a tough time keeping it on the surface.
Yeah, it was an overall pretty good race.
All right, that's okay.
Got pushed off circuit by the 48 car. Don't know what that was about. Have to have a conversation with him again. But my car never really fell off in the long run. It stayed pretty stable. Just didn't quite have the overwhelming pace to challenge the top 5. Just find some more pace and probably could have been a contender because, yeah, my car never really fell off too much.
And did you make any adjustments to get the car to be like that? Did you find a way to get the car to go for long runs and not give up too much speed, or was it kind of just naturally the way that you drive this track?
I made a few small adjustments, but from the start the car was never too bad. But yeah, just, you know, focus on keeping it smooth and try not to overheat the tires, and usually, like, they'll stay underneath you pretty well.
Good stuff, good stuff. Well, congratulations on a solid top 10 to start your night, and best of luck to you later on at Kentucky. And just remembering, I'm getting note here, Charles doesn't do the post-race interviews, and so we're going to give our congratulations to him and Brett Baker Racing. A solid run for him tonight. And as long as you got the photos of the results here, Alex, I think we're all good and done.
Yep.
I think we're going to go on ahead and wrap it up here. Round 20 of the 2022 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series season is in the history books from Road America. It's been the Road America 200 coming